We want to make this video to show you the development of our new brush and what the effects are, why we made it, how we made it, the material we made it out of. This brush, it's been in development for over 4 years. I have to shout out to my good friend Mario Ford and his son. Me and Mario, we sat and we mixed up different materials, the poly, epoxy material. This material has never been used on the market before. I'm just going to be casual with this. As I look at the hard brush, now this hard brush, these are different hard bristle than the hard bristles that we had in our classic, and we can call it the classic crown brushes, the original wooden brushes. It's a little more firm, and it'll stay firmer for longer. The bristles are actually more expensive, but they'll stay firmer for longer, and they won't soften so much with heat. So with one of these hards, they have to be broken in. It's not you're going to get it off the first use and be able to use it. Young gentleman made a video, very good video, and he was just talking about how the medium brush, which is mixed with some of these bristles, has to be broken in. And what I found out, if you have a hard bristle brush, you could soak this in water, or you could use it in the shower. And if you do, I used this brush on my beard one time, and I used it in the shower. And let me tell you, it's a monster. I don't know how else to say it. It's more than a beast. It will really get to the root. It will pull it. It'll get your hair straight. It'll do whatever you want. In one use, it seemed like I was able to brush waves almost into my beard. Not where they would stay, where I brushed them down with a soft brush, but you could see how it just combed through. But please try it in water. After some uses or whatnot, it'll loosen up. The bristles will widen up a little bit, and you'll have it'll be like the classic hard brush. But this brush is phenomenal. When I look at these brushes, all the nuances about these brushes. Now, this reminds me of things. Just the difficulty we had to fight to get the logo like this. Like, if people, it's impossible to get the paint the logo. We can't do it, or this and that. It was a lot of back and forth, and finally got it done. Because I said, if I can't get the logo with the paint in there like that, I don't want it. And embossed like this, where it's set in there, you don't never have to worry about not having the logo on your brush. So the hard brush is very effective underwater. You want to break it in. You could soak it. I had a hard brush, a black one, which we don't have up here, the black on black. Soaked it in water for 2 days and just left it there. I just wanted to see how it would react and what it would do and how the bristles would feel. The bristles were softer a little bit at first, but they hardened back up after it cooled off, after it got sat, and I dried it off. And so it's a phenomenal brush. If you really want some waves and hours, try this in the shower. I guarantee you, it's unlike anything you ever used. Another thing, as I go into the medium bristle brush, same thing. We came with the no slip grip because you wanted it in the shower. Also, if you look at this, hold on one second. Myra, give me one of the classic brushes, one of Caesar's. This is smaller than the original brushes, because I kind of would see some young people. You got big men where they can have a big brush, but some young people, I would see them and it just seemed like it was too big in their hand. Like the brushes started getting a little too big. And so I made this where I said, we're going to make it a little bit smaller, fit right nice in the palm of your hand. And also what we're going to do is flatten off these edges a little bit. Have a whole new design and everything. But the reason for this is because I saw a lot of wavers brushing like this. And the other brushes are oval more so, and it comes to a point. So I said, well, we could do it like this, and it works great when you brush it like this, and you brush your mustache or your beard or your hair, and you really want to get that pull. So I learned a lot from watching the videos from the products I've created and seeing how people utilize them, as I thought I would. And so that's why we made it like this. And if you want another thing about this brush, when you first get it, it's going to shock you because it's going to feel real solid. It's going to feel heavy. It's very dense. Thus the unbreakableness. But the density allows for more pressure when you're brushing. It's a little heavier. It just does something where it really pulls the hair. After this medium brush is broken in, oh, it's nothing like it. And I mean that. It's phenomenal. And my cousin has a medium brush with the handle, and he's been brushing for a long time. And when I saw him, he came into work one day, and his waves were just really deep and popping and connecting. I said, man, what did you do? Your waves done went from 60 to 100. Seemed like overnight. He said, that medium brush. These brushes in person, oh, they sell like a minch. It's a minch. So the medium brush, your good all around brush, daily use brush. You want waves and days or waves and hours or just a well-groomed look. The brushes aren't just for waves, but just for a quick, you can groom your hair quickly. But they work phenomenally. Now the soft bristle brush, these are the same soft bristles. I probably told some before. I never saw these soft bristles on the market till I came out with it, till Crown came out with it. Because what they came from was a clothes brush, a brush you use to dust off your clothes. So we had these, and the soft is the same type of soft bristles. It's our soft bristles almost more like a medium bristle. You know, it's really more like a medium soft. A lot of other companies will use these same bristles, and they'll call it a medium. But we call it a soft because our brushes are geared for those that it's difficult to get waves. Not just for cats with good hair, they could use almost any brush. But the telltale sign is if you have a more difficult or coarse type of hair and how it will pull it. So these have a tremendous grip and pull. It'll strengthen, it'll change the texture of your hair. The soft brush is great for laying your hair and for a daily groomer. Like I said, it's like a medium soft. Now I'm going to discuss with you the premium. Series 2 will have more beautiful diamond clear coat finishes like this. It's rock hard, it's beautiful. It's easier for us to inspect these brushes also. We inspect all the brushes before we ship them out. And this brush is medium soft. It's a good brush. And it's the same type of bristles that we've used before. And it's just a great polisher, great layer. After you went from your medium and you went to your soft, you go from a medium, you can go to this or whichever. A great polisher. Also, it'll lay the hair. And it's just a great brush. Now, I also want to discuss with you all. Want to show the difference between when the old brushes. So this is our cognac brush. Beautiful brush. Bristles are similar to this brush. They're a little different, but they're similar. And I just want to do a comparison, show you the difference. So here's one of these. So you can see this, how big that is and how big this is. So it's a little smaller. And so it fits in the hand perfect. The shape of it is perfect. It feels better. It fits perfect. So just wanted to show you a comparison. So I want to show you go ahead and show the crown brushes. The bristles are the same. With the crown with the handle, let me tell you, this one isn't bad. Bristles are a little not cut as even. If you get one of these and they're cut real even, you really want to break it in. Use it in the shower first. Put it under water. Let them spread out a little bit, and then it'll go into beast mode for you. It's a monster. Those hards are. You want waves fast. You want to groom your hair fast. Get one of these. Can't go wrong. You can use it in the shower, but then it keeps its good look, and you can use it on dry land. They get a lot of attention. Try using one of these in the car when it gets summer. You'll see the attention you get. I use this one in the car. Kind of matches my car, and it's a medium soft bristle. And I don't have any hair on my head, but I have a beard, and so I use it on my beard and groom it. It's medium soft. It really lays your hair, really pulls it and lays it down. And so I like to go over my beard with it, nice and gently, nice and softly. The medium, the same as this, the same bristles, same thing. You want to break it in fast, use it in the shower, or soak it a little bit in water. You don't have to worry about it cracking. You don't have to worry about it breaking. You don't have to worry about the paint chipping. It's just gonna stay. Isn't the soft? It's the same bristles as this soft, just with the handle. And so we're gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna pour one in. The comparison, how these are a little bit smaller, how those are smaller than the original crown brush. Now I'm gonna show you. This is one of the original ones. This is actually the first brush I made by hand, made out of a 2x4. Filed this all the way down with a file. I didn't have a Dremel at the time, and I filed it, drilled the holes, glued the bristles in. This is the very first brush I made by hand. And what I thought was interesting, and how the shape, and I made other ones subsequently, and you have the shape that you see now. I made those by hand. I changed the shape, but if you look at it, this shape, it's almost come full circle. Because what I wanted was a brush that was between a club brush and a long handle brush that someone could use like that and put in their hands. So the shape is kind of came full circle. It's almost back to the original shape, the first shape that I thought of to do. And so let me show you this. Bristles I beat up, I moved, and it's been stored away, and I used to use this cutting hair and whatnot. I made this one by hand. Now, if somebody was back in 2011 or 2012 when we first came out, were following us on Facebook, they may have seen this brush, and we were calling it the night brush. I made this by hand years ago, and I knew this would be the second version of the crown brush that we would do. You got the grooves there. This locks under your hand. It's like a space age or something. I thought it would be like a nice step up. But it's a little more difficult to make these, mass produce these out of wood. So what I did was and used this as a prototype for the new ones. See, this was made, I made this back in 2011. This was made back in 2011, maybe 2010. I made this a long time ago. And so this is the idea. The rubber on the crown brushes, on the new 2.0 crown brushes, what's meant to do is to give you that firm, to stop your palm from slipping. These two, where you can push up with your thumb, and then that pushes this back, and it gives you that control. The name of your strokes, the name of the game in brushing is your strokes, and how straight your strokes are, even your strokes are. Your waves will be more even. So that stops it right there and gives you that no slip grip. Let me see if I can do something with it. No slip. You see that? So that's the purpose of this. It looks good. We put the gold ring on it, different color rings and whatnot, but that's the purpose of it, to stop it. Yeah. The control steps, also, you can take the control steps, put your thumb here, and say you're reaching back, and you kind of can lock it in place. Or if you use another way, you may hold it up here or something like that. And so you have the control, so your strokes are even. The name of the game in brushing and hair strokes are even strokes. The same direction every time. Get your waves and rolls, groom your hair fast, and whatnot. So now I wanted to do was compare and show you the difference in size of the 2.0 and the original crown. See that?
Start over from that first line.
Now I want to show you the difference of the 2.0, the difference in size in the original crown. So this is mahogany, and so this is the new one. So it's more like the original, the first brush I made by hand, which is this one, a short handle, a mixture between a long handle brush and a club brush to make for the perfect grooming utensil. So that's the differences, so you can see. Also, these brushes are not as curved. So what we wanted was a brush. You can see that. Can you see? So these are more slightly curved, something that's in between. That's in between a flat brush and a contour brush. Because if you have too much curve, it can throw your wave pattern off. I've seen some that have so much curve, it's not going to do right. The curve helps to give it grip and pull, no doubt about it. But I wanted these ones to be in between. So that's the difference. So people may have seen this online, think it's as big as the original crown, but it's not. And also, as you all know, they come with the little booklet. You can see all of them in the series. And so the difference with these brushes and the original ones, each series will have a different set of colors. Now, each series will have a black brush, will have a blue brush, but the next series too, I know this black one will have a clear gloss finish on it, like this white one. It's so sharp. Some of the handle ones also, we have about the same amount of colors coming in each, maybe a little more, and there's some sharp brushes in there. And so that's why we have them come with the card. You get your number. So these are the newest cards we got. That's why we have a disclaimer on the website. Manufacturing is slow right now in America, or it's, a lot of manufacturers are behind due to the COVID or whatever. So we get these cards when we can. It's not a guarantee. That's why we put it on the website, but we do have them back now. And the number is went up to 003. So the first set of cards would have been 002, and they're all in sequential order. So it kind of catalogs when you got a brush, how old is it, and possible collectors. And so as these sell out, I believe they'll go up in value, as they get scarce. So I guess I talked about all of them. Another thing I'd like to say before I leave out is God will give you a vision if you ask. So I've been around town and done things, and people ask me, I've given speeches, and they say, well, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? How do I get a car like you have? How do I do what you do or something? And it's difficult. But what I say, and there's no doubt about it, who we are, and I say, pay your tithes and ask God for a vision. When he gives you a vision of what to do it with all your diligence. The Bible says the diligent hand shall make rich. And so these brushes, like I said, we thought we would come out with these 3 years ago. But it was more difficult than I could have imagined. So it's difficult doing something new that's never been done before. But the payoff is big. It inspires people. These brushes were so difficult, to get done, every nuance of it. What I wanted was it to be almost like a gift to our people. Whoever buys it, from whatever culture. The idea for this was almost like, yes, it's an invention, it's new, it's different, a material that's never been used before, but also to be that it's so well made that it's like a gift to whoever buys it, inspiration. God will give you witty invention, and you be unyielding till you get it done. Let faith have its perfect work. Let patience have her perfect work. And your faith will be justified. The just shall live by faith. And we're in a time now where we're going to have faith. And so I just wanted to give that spiel and say, keep going, keep believing. Don't try to be like anybody else. Let your light shine. Be unique, because somebody needs that. Somebody needs to see this brush. And when they see it, it's going to inspire them to create something probably far greater than this brush, possibly. But we need to see your light. People need to see your light. It inspires people. So keep doing what you're doing. I've seen a lot of people come out with brushes, a lot of people, mimic and do. And that's good. That's what we wanted to do. We want to get people in urban areas, our people, black people, all people, inspired in manufacturing, inspired to create their ideas. But be unique. Let your light so shine. You hear a lot of people that rap, and the one rapper sounds like another rapper, and they sound like that rapper, and they sound like that rapper. Be unique. A stand-up guy always gonna stand out. You have something and are able to do something. He's birthed something in you that no one else is able to do. You do that, I guarantee success. I guarantee success, and you'll inspire many. I didn't think that when I first did this brush, I was making out of wood, sitting in my barber chair and trying to get it made in America. That didn't happen. People tell me, oh, you'll never get it made. How you gonna make a hairbrush? Going to China, they were turning me down at first, and then I finally got it made. I said, God didn't give it to me for no reason. Now this brush design, the contour brush, is all over the world. The world, a doctor I used to work for, she used to say, the world is only this big. It's true. But it's only as big as those who's putting something out into the fold. That's putting it out there. That's showing their wares. Like the Bible says, the light is not meant to be put under the bed, but on a lampstand, so it can illuminate. So that's what I just want to inspire people to do. Stay strong, stay healthy, keep your immune system boosted like never before, exercise. So that's what Crown is about. It's not, it's about inspiring. It's not about, it's so much now about just money and money and money and money. Let me tell you something. You get a Benz, then you want a Bentley. You get a Bentley, you want a Rolls Royce. You get a Rolls Royce, then you want a jet. Then you want, it never ends. Like the Bible says, the eyes of man is never satisfied because hell is never filled. It just keeps going. Your joy is in doing something that can inspire others or help others. Do something to help somebody else get on down the road. That's the best feeling you can have. I've worked in juvenile facilities. I work with young people. I give speeches. So if you ever see one of these young people I give a speech to, I'll hug them. I'll talk with them. That's where it's at. And that's what Crown is about. So I just want to thank you all for whoever's listened to the end of this or whatnot. And thank you everybody that's purchased, that's promoted, that's spoke out of their mouth good things about us, that's given us honor. It's humbling. And I just want to thank all of you all. And we got a women's line coming out real soon. Oh, wait till you see it. Got the do-rags and everything. So yeah, crownqualityproducts.com, and I'd like to say, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and God bless.